Welcome back to JRF Mechanical. Today I'm going to show you how to troubleshoot a little bit on a 2 horsepower 14-gallon air compressor. When I originally got this thing, I had air leaks. I thought it was a line, but it wasn't. It was turning out these little compression fittings were leaking. So I tightened them up, tightened this up, tightened that one up. And then I thought maybe this high pressure valve was leaking, but it's not. I did add a little chain there to kind of help get to it a little bit easier so I can release the pressure. I mixed up a bottle of soap and water and sprayed it around the fittings to see if bubble would show up. I did have a small leak here, and I put a little bit, tiny bit of Teflon, and then tightened it up on this lower nut right here, and then put the handle on. I also thought maybe my regulator was leaking. I did put a little Teflon on there, and that solved that small leak, but that wasn't the real case. And then I thought maybe this fitting was leaking. You can have fittings that leak, but that wasn't the case either. You can shoot bubble in there and see if it's leaking. On the other case, after several months of puttering at it and trying to see where the leaks could be, maybe it could be leaking down here at this, or maybe it could be leaking under the tank where the drain valve is, but it wasn't. After many attempts to look for this leak, it turned out, and I also thought it was this leak right here, but I put Teflon on that a while back. It was easier to get to it, and this is where the line's coming in from the dual pistons coming into the tank, but it's not leaking there anymore. It ended up being this one right here, which is right under this control valve here, where it's your contacts come in and turns on and off with a spring loaded and your adjustment screw here to determine with the pressure hitting high enough to overrule the spring, which causes this to close or open or close the circuit here, which I'll show you here in a minute to get the wiring in. And this will allow you to turn on and off your compressor. So as the pressure is reached, it'll kick this down or up. This little lever right, this little one right here, this little one, and it will turn it on off your compressor. You can override it a little bit with that. This is the one we use to overrule your on and off. If you were to flip it on and the pressure is met, then it won't turn on, and then you can manually turn it off. So today I got tired of it leaking a little bit right there. I shifted it to the left, and it actually really slowed it down. I did determine, well, I got a gasket right here, but it's still in good shape. So I was able to take a torque screw and take these out, all four, and the whole thing came apart. So without any manuals or any systematics, I was able to determine to put this back together without too much trouble. It's just the fact that after many attempts, like probably 6 or 7 attempts trying to hold it and trying to push it in here in this little housing, and then be able to try to keep it down flat and put the screws in. So then I came up with the idea of putting this little string here to hold that metal thing, and now I'm going to cut it to get this out of the way because we don't need it anymore. Here we go. It's kind of stuck in there a little bit. Might have to back off one of the screws just to get that to slide out. like I said, it was a pain in the butt to get this in. Do that one a little bit. Let's see what that does. Nothing yet. I don't want to do the back one because that's where it's holding it down. It's a pain in the butt. There we go. Maybe that might do the trick. Come on. Like I said, it is a pain in the butt. Oh, there we go. There we go. Let's put this back now. I am sick and tired of fighting this thing. Oop. That one tightened up. That one's tightened. And then just double check these. Yep. And that one just a little bit. There we go. And alright, so here we go. We were able to get that string out of the way. And that was just a pain in the butt. This is under spring load. And then you got your... Okay. The power is off. So go ahead and get your wires back in. And the neutral was on the top here. Hot was here on the top. Get your hot and neutral on the bottom there. I missaid that. Tighten those up. Tighten this one up. Okay. Hot, neutral, is already grounded. And we need to put this bad puppy on here. There you go. Try to hold this nut and turn this so you're not changing your adjustments. Okay. And I'm gonna set this here for a second, and we'll be able to focus on that. Should have used the proper tools, but this seems to work for now. I'm going to tighten this. Whoops. Grab the other wrench right here. And it was that one. It was. It was. Tighten this up, but not over tight. Okay. I'll be able to adjust this a little bit later. Okay, wiring's in. This is on. These are tightened down. And Teflon on there. Double check this one because we moved it. Seems pretty snug. Okay. Well, moment of truth here. There's power. It's a little cold. But anyway, what I've done in the past when it's cold, let that little bit out again. And then you gotta hit the breaker again. Which is here. Some of them have a breaker trip on the side of the motor, like this one right here. And try again. Didn't work, so sometimes you have to wait. You have to wait like, I don't know, 10 seconds.